Okay, now we're going to look at 11.3, which is perimeter. Now, I'm sure you've dealt with perimeter before in previous years, so I'll just do a bit of a revision as to what perimeter is. So perimeter is the distance around the outside of a two-dimensional shape. So, for example, we're looking at the fence here in this picture. The outside is the fence, and that is what we are measuring when we're measuring perimeter. So to find the perimeter, all you need to do is just add up all the lengths of the sides. So however long they are, just add up every side length, and that will give you the perimeter. Now, there are a couple of things to remember just to make it easier for you to work it out when you are looking at it. So just check that there are sides with the same markings and they're of equal length. So, for example, here on this one, you've got the double lines through here, double lines through here. That means that both of these sides are 1.6 centimetres each. Now, also one thing to remember is you can actually work out the unknown lengths of some sides by looking at what you know about the lengths of the other sides. Okay, so we're going to look at an example of that on the next slide. Alright, so when we're working out the perimeter of this shape here, we just need to add up all the lengths of the sides. So when you're setting your working out, you put perimeter equals 1.6. 1.6, we know this is 1.6 because it's got the markings there to show us, so it's 1.6 centimetres. Then 2.8 and 4.1, add them all up, that equals 10.1 centimetres. Alright, now just do some examples for you on perimeter. Now you also need to understand, the shapes and their different elements. For example, a rectangle will have two of the sides will be the same length and the other two sides will be the same length. So with a square, you can see here that all of the sides of a square obviously are the same. So for squares, you just have to add them all up. They're all the same length. So when we're doing this, you could actually just multiply it by 4, but we'll just add them. 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. So the perimeter equals, it's 10 centimetres when we add all those up. Okay, now we're looking at this shape on the other side. This is a bit trickier because we know that this is 10 centimetres and this is 10 centimetres. But what about all these other ones? This is a bit weird. I don't understand what we're going to do. Okay, so we know that this one's 10 centimetres. Now, if you just have a look here, I'll explain to you that we can work this out. So if you have a look at this one here, there, what do you notice about the length of all those lines? Well, if you were paying attention, you can tell that they actually add up to the length of this side. So those lines would equal 10 centimetres. What about these ones here? That one, that one, that one, and that one. You can see that all adds up to the length of this side. So when we're working it out, the perimeter equals 10 centimetres, the length of one side, plus 10 centimetres, plus 10 centimetres, plus 10 centimetres. So the perimeter for this shape is 40 centimetres. Okay, now this is your turn. I want you to pause the video and work out the perimeter of these shapes. Okay, so hopefully you've worked out the perimeter of these shapes by just adding up the sides. So I'll show you the answers. So we've got the perimeter of this shape, obviously 3 centimetres, 5 centimetres, and this one's the same as this one, so it's 5 centimetres. so the perimeter equals 13 centimeters. Equal signs underneath each other. Perimeter equals 13 centimeters. Okay, now we get a bit trickier with this next one. We don't know the length of this side, we don't know the length of this side, so we need to work it out. So hopefully you were able to use your powers of deduction and what you already know about the shape to work out the unknown sides. Alright, so you can hopefully notice that this side and this side actually equal the length of this side. So that means 5 and 4 is 9. So that would be 9 meters. Alright, now we don't know the length of this side yet, but we know this side's 8 meters. And we know this one's 2 meters. So we've already got 2 meters of the 8 meters, so then we've got this left. So basically we just have to work out 8 minus 2 equals 6. So this one's 6 meters. Alright, now we can add up the perimeter of the shape. So the perimeter equals 2 meters plus 9 meters plus 8 meters plus 4 meters plus, to go on the next line, 6 meters plus 5 meters. Alright, so we need to add all that up. 9, 10, 11, 19, 22, 23, 29, 34 meters. Okay, so hopefully you now have a good understanding of perimeter, and especially finding the perimeter of shapes with unknown sides by just using what you know about that shape. All the best for your textbook work.